I'm sure most of you kind of know who Christine and I are, but for those of you who don't and who need a refresher, my name is Hazel Payne, and I am formerly Miss Vacaville for 2013. And Miss Christina Beard is my partner in crime in this. We did send you guys, this entire council team, an email regarding an event that's happening on Thursday. It's from 1 to 3 at Fairfield's Event Center, completely free. It's in regards to some sort of policy we're trying to implement, which would require adults to undergo sexual abuse prevention training if they interact with any sort of youth at all. So we are hoping to see you guys there. We know we have many RSVPs, and so if you know anybody who might want to come, please suggest them to come, because it is something that I think will benefit this entire county.
The main idea that we're hoping to accomplish here is any organization that interacts with children, that has volunteers part-time or full-time, that they have some type of training in place. Hazel and I have gone through one type of training, but not necessarily advocating or promoting that type of training, in the sense of we're just asking that a training is in place in some way. We are going to be speaking to the county, and there is a couple, Curtis will be speaking on the panel on behalf of this initiative, and we're really excited because what goes hand in hand with this is Aaron's Law, and Aaron's Law was passed yesterday for the state of California, which focuses more on the children's end, and we're focusing more, Hazel and I, on the adult end of interaction with children.
And for those who are listening, possibly at home or even in this audience, you are encouraged to come. It's completely free. It's open to the public. So again, it's at the Fairfield Event Center at 601 Texas Street in Fairfield. At 1 o'clock.
I think this is really an important training, and I was selected to be a panelist on this training, I think, because of my background. I started my career as a probation officer, and I worked with a lot of child molesters, and I wrote pre-sentence reports and sent them, frankly, to prison. But during that experience, I realized that a lot of the adult child molesters were victims themselves, and it's a real big cycle where, unfortunately, the modeling that goes on, they repeat it even with their efforts not to. Then I went to work afterwards. When I finished my master's degree, I worked in youth and family counseling, and I learned firsthand the impact it has on what we consider to be normal adolescent development, particularly the family dynamics, because they're mad at the person who did it, but they're also mad at the mother who didn't protect them as well. So it creates a lot of confusion. But perhaps the thing that I think is most important as it relates to this training is my last experience was a department head for the recreation department. And I hired literally hundreds of people to work with youth. And I had two fears as a manager of the community services department. My first fear is that one of the people would drown in my swimming pools. I had 3 swimming pools. And it came very close. I got to tell you, there was a couple kids that we almost lost. But the second fear that I had is that despite all of my training and all of the observations and all of the screening, that I'd end up hiring a pedophile. That was my second biggest fear as a community services manager, hiring hundreds of people each year to work with our youth. And I think this training really is important. And anything we can do to, you know, crime is a matter of having a motive and an opportunity. And unfortunately, the personality that's associated with pedophilia is all about motive. What we need to do is not allow them to have the opportunity. And so I really support anybody to go this. I think it's a great way to reduce your exposure for liability. I just think anything we can do to help people be more effective in identifying and reducing the opportunity, because we're never, quite frankly, going to eliminate the motive. That's a pretty pathological, it's pretty serious psychological stuff. So I really support it. I appreciate you asking me to be there. I look forward to that, so make sure you come on Thursday.